Coming up next on BBC Two, it's the Brad Woto stream. But first, it's time for...
What's under the orange flannel?
Evie has a...
He's game hunting. Check that out before seeing
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. I never have music queued up for this part. I just have all the music queued up for the D&D game. And I forget every time. What's that? The hell is that, dude? What? What? What is that underneath the orange flannel today? A small box of dominoes, a link pearl, a box of pins, a waller with spare coins, racy lingerie. Two words that don't say either of those things, huh? Racky lingerie. The bug planted. Oh my god, by Bubu. Well, I guess Agent Bubu, CIA, Homeland Security. A pack of chalks. Or is it a carrot? Let's see if you can guess what's under the orange flannel today, my friends. Let's see if you can figure it out. My, what could be under the orange flannel today? Dude, I'm vibing. Sometimes I catch myself just because I've got nothing to do for a minute while you guys are in here, and sometimes I use this time to like just check everything's working, and sometimes I know everything's working, so I just do this, and I'm not being observed. I'm off camera, and I'm just standing here doing this, and then I'm like, oh, you're such a loser. It's unbelievable. Holy shit. If you're on a camera doing it, it's like, okay, he's playing up for the audience. Just doing it. You're a loser. Fuck. A complete loser. Let's see. You guys think that underneath the orange flannel today is the bug planted by Agent Bubu of Homeland Security, CIA, FBI. Nope. The answer was in fact an expensive purchase from Emma Pickles that I found. Staples, metal pencil sharpeners. You need a maximum of 2 pencil sharpeners in your life. In your entire life. One when you're at school, and then maybe, and that's a big maybe one as an adult over the course of your entire adulthood. Unless you work with pencils every day. Why did she need this many? But how many are left in the box? How many did she make away with when she scarpered? How many? pencil sharpeners remain? Let's see if you can guess. And I'm going to write it in as the word. 6, 7, 1, 4, 2. How man come in the box? Fuck, Rach. Jesus. 5, 3. This could also just be like how many. Oh, we've already got 3. 12. Zvolf. This could also just be what numbers do you know? What numbers do you know? Can we count it? I mean, become the most childish channel.
How many pencil sharpeners are in the box, Elmo?
Elmo doesn't know. Elmo's too busy sucking dick.
Not a bad Elmo impression for someone who's never attempted that in his life. That's worth a sub today. I've got something special for you. Wait for the wheel to appear. Wait for the wheel to appear. And I've got something special for you on the wheel today. Got something a little bit special for you.
They're special.
Just like you are, my special little boys, my sons. Sven didn't want to wait for the wheel. Sven said, "Give me that fucking wheel spin now." Sven, thank you for the 45-month resubscription. Right, you think it's either 4 or 6? How many's in there, Elmo?
Elmo doesn't give a fuck.
1, 2. You even see this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was 8. Count from Sesame Street. 1. She made away with 2 of them. She made me buy 10 pencil sharpeners. She couldn't have just bought 1 from Amazon. She bought fucking a box of 10. Who needs 10? This is why I've got no fucking money, Pickles. You dickhead. A whole street. Who wants one? You want one? Here you go. Take one. I got plenty. Anyone need pencil sharpeners? You know who to speak to. You know what's hilarious? I can't actually get them back in. I can't get them back in. What? Oh, wow. This is so difficult. What the fuck? Oh my god, the man is struggling so badly in his old age. Can't get them back in.
Once the pencil sharpener's out, you'll never get it back in.
Did it. Did it, but not correctly. There's not enough room in there for 2 more, so... Impressive work from the pencil packers. It was 8, guys. Sorry. Sorry to tell you, it was 8. 8 pencil sharpeners.
Hey, it's me, Fist of the Walrus.
Hi, Fist. Lovely Fist. Poor Fist was absolutely starving throughout the episode of Non-Canon that he starred in on Friday, guest starred. My boy, Fist of the Walrus, showed up. Absolutely Hank Marvin, and I told him, you don't get to eat. He could have eaten throughout the show, I wouldn't have cared. If I'd known he was as hungry as I found out. Oh, Roby, thank you for the 30-month resub, but you've made an enemy of Shadow the Ret God today. Uh-oh. My god. You've made an enemy today, you son of a bitch. You made a goddamn enemy today, you son of a bitch. You hear me, you goddamn motherfucker? Roby's like, why? What did I do wrong? Oh, shit. Oh, I love how this isn't working. Oh, guys, look, you have to listen to me right now, okay? Let me tell you about how horrific my day was yesterday. Couldn't have had a nice day. To be honest, it wasn't that bad. I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm doing what Orkish does, where he exaggerates how awful his life is for attention and money. I don't exaggerate. My life is just that awful, but I think everyone thinks I'm exaggerating. You know, because people like Orkish are out here exaggerating how bad their life is for attention and money. It brings down the rest of us, you know? Guy, if he had one day in my shoes, he'd go back to his fucking body and be cured of his depression, of what he thinks is depression, you know? He'd be like, wait, that's how bad it could be? Oh, dang. Oh, shit. Guys, save your subs. You've been saving them all week. I think some of you are sitting on resubs. I hope some of you are sitting on resubs, because if you're not, I'm fucked. I have fucked myself so badly by doing this game. It's not that I've fucked myself out of the money overall. It's just that I spend 6 days of the week going, why are my subs going down so much more than they normally are? And then they go up on Sunday and then drop dramatically throughout the week. And it is fucking with me so badly. And we need to come. I'm going to change to donations for this, for season 3. Just because I can't handle it. I can't take it. It's killing me. Not that I don't appreciate you all coming out on a Sunday and subbing and everything, but you know what I mean? Imagine. Just, I don't know if you can imagine. There's no equivalent in a normal paycheck because everyone lives like that, you know? You don't get paid. Imagine your paycheck was split up over the course of the 30 days, you know? So however much you earn, it's split up over the course of 30 days. And you've lived like that since 2011. Not really. You've lived like that since 2019. Properly, right? And then, because of your own genius idea, that you change it so that all of that pay now comes in every 7 days. But you're so used to the money coming in every day that it just causes panic in you. Because you're like, oh, I didn't get paid today, but I get paid every day. But I'm supposed to get paid a little bit every day. God. It really fucks with me. Honestly, by the time I get to Saturday, I'm like a wreck. I'm like, fuck, what do I do? It's over. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm like, oh, it's okay, we're doing fine. And then where are they going? Why is no one resubbing? What's happening? I'm like, they're all still in here. They've all still got little sub things next to their names. Why is no one resubbing? Horrific. Suffering from success, kind of. Suffering from, I wouldn't say success. Let's not go that far. I definitely have. I'm making significantly less money than I made last year. For 2 reasons. One, the ads don't pay anymore. Last year, for 1 year only, Twitch gave us money from ads that they were running on the stream. And we actually were all making a little bit of money off of the ads for the first time ever for a year. And since subs were going down anyway, because they've been sort of steadily declining over a couple of years, because Twitch keep doing stuff like putting ads on everything. So subs were declining, but I was able to make it up with ads. I'm sure some of you remember me, cause I explained this and told you. So like the ad revenue thing meant that I was able to make my rent last year, vaguely, kind of, wasn't really. That was off of the ads thing. Well, now they've just stopped paying any money on those ads. So now the ads we don't make any money on these ads anymore. So they're just slamming ads on everything and keeping 100%, almost 100% of the revenue at this point. And I've still been steadily losing subs over the last 2 years now. So actually, I'm making, like, of a grand total, it's about 1/3 less than I was making last year. Which is, and my outgoings are still more than that. Kinda. Which is why, you know, one of the reasons I moved early, as quick as I could at the beginning of the year, even though it cost me money to move, because my rent is significantly less here. Which has done quite a lot to save me, but my God. Twitch. Stop it. So you could say suffering from success, but really, it's suffering from keeping my head afloat. This is me. I just keep doing that thing. You know when you're underwater and you can't really... And then I'm making it worse for myself by having 6 days of the week, I've like chained a weight to one of my wrists. By doing this fucking Sunday stream where everyone saves their resubs so they get fucking wheel spins. And I don't know what to do about it because I can't be like, hey, don't do that, because it scares me, because that's just stupid. And everyone will be like, don't be a dickhead, you get the money, shut up. But I'm scared. I'm getting scared or what? I'll show it for Valentine. Greg says I will resub. He doesn't want to give money towards the wheel spin. Greg says I don't give a shit, dude. I got 6 kids. I don't give a fuck anymore, dude. Missing one Sunday would be catastrophic. It really would. I think if I miss a Sunday, I'll probably take my own life on the Saturday before. You know, it's that meme of that guy that's like mining and he's just about to get to the gem, but he gives up. You know that meme? That would be me. Lily's fucking Shadow right now. Transforming. Shadow transforming before our very eyes. Shadow. How could you do this, Lilies? How? You were the chosen one. You were one of us. If I speak like that, it shoots a fireball. You know, Shadow now. Enough. I've held back the restless tides all week. He needs more evil. 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 Evil.
Evil. I've held back the restless tides all week. I've made it so the children won't resub, and here I am, betrayed by one of my own.
Calm down, Shadow. Okay, have a Snickers. Is it Snickers? Which one is the calm down? You need a... You're acting like a crazy person ad. He's gone fucking crazy, Snickers, yeah. Dad.
This game has gone on long enough.
Dad. I don't have the dad. It's in here somewhere, I think. Is it this one?
And it was another great day of saving the bees.
It's this one.
A dud.
A dud. Thank you for the resub. Guys, stop resubbing. I mean, so confusing because. But a second ago, he said that he does not get any resubs, and he can't pay his rent. And then I resub and he got angry. Welcome to the stream. I mean, you know, basically, what happens every week anyway, or every time I get money. Let me tell you about my day yesterday, and then we'll play some D&D. I woke up yesterday, and I was going to do some tax stuff, because I don't know what the fuck is going on with... My old accountant was like, hey, by the way, everything that we normally do for you is going to cost about 18,000 times more this year. And I went, all right, I'm out. See ya. You're fired. Now I don't have an accountant. So I called another one, was like, how much would it be? And he was like, this much. And I was like, okay, yeah, that seems... fair. But then I was like, maybe I'll just do it myself. So I was like, I'll look at it and see if I can figure it out. So I started looking at all of the stuff for my tax stuff, and was like, oh, if I try and do this now, I'll go crazy, because this was Friday night, like Friday before non-canon. And then I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll do it tomorrow. Saturday is my day off. I've got stuff to do, but I'll squeeze it in and have a look at it. Already, by the way, anytime I even think about tax stuff, heart palpitations. Just, you know, already heart rate too high. I need to take the fucking medicine that I'm coming off of to be able to even think about it. So I get up yesterday knackered. Oh my god. It is so difficult running 2 table story shows a week. It's not like difficult. It's not like it's not like physically taxing, but it's taxing on this like creative part of your brain, which feels like you just feel zoned out. I would imagine the closest thing that I can really equate it to is if you're the type of person, if you're an introvert, you'll definitely understand this. But you know, some other people might as well. It's social energy. You know when you have to go and do some sort of social thing? Maybe you're social... Shadow's furious. Shadow is furious. I'm not. Thanks for the cash, dud. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing all right. Just sees a hype train and is like, I want to be involved in the hype train, please. I had a class reunion yesterday. A challenge survived. A realm reborn. Yeah, that. So maybe you have like 2 or 3 hours of social battery, which is about where mine was out before I went into my own private lockdown over summer. My social battery has like shrunk so much over the years. But if you go to a thing for 4 hours and your social battery is maybe 3 hours, when you get home, you're brain dead. Even if you do, like, even if it's early, you know, even if you make it home by like 3 in the afternoon, you almost exclusively have to lay on the sofa and just kind of like zone out, right? Anyone understand this? I don't know. Maybe this is just me. I can't tell. I think probably all of you understand it, but I'm not sure. So that is kind of how it feels. It's that same kind of feeling because you've kind of expended a particular type of energy. It's not necessarily like you don't have the energy to do stuff. And it's not necessarily like you haven't got the brain power, but you've sort of used this secret third type of energy. And that is what it's like running 2 table story shows a week. And it usually kicks in the day after you run a show. So you'll probably see Whack will suffer it on Tuesdays and Fridays. PB will suffer it on Mondays and Thursdays. And I suffer it on Wednesdays and Saturdays a lot. But I take Saturdays off. So it kind of works out real well. Guys, oh, Dad. K Marley, my son, thank you for the 48 months. Can we get another hype train going, guys? Can we get this hype train to level 12? Can we see how many subs we can get before the incentivized part of the stream actually begins? That's hilarious. Hang on, let me activate the wheel so they count, maybe. I don't think they count until it's on the screen. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I think I have to click this button. And now they will. Wheel. So yeah, man. That's the brain power I had yesterday morning. Turned on my computer. Black screen. Drogi, thank you so much. Oh, let's see if it counted towards the wheel. Fuck it, play the game. Quick, not this one. We'll just play the game. Fuck the story. Let's get into the game quick. Quick. Roll a dice, have a word kill. Rice, berry, rice, berry, rice. Whoa! Whoa! Rise, Larry, rise up I know the lyrics. It's in my head. Win-win. Let's giving money to Brad, guys. Guys. All right, look. Now they'll count. Today you get big loot. There is a massive chance to land on big loot. If you are interested in such things, now get your resubs in, get your gift subs in. If you want to do the hype train, now is the time. I'll just leave this screen on. Joint gifts, thank you for the 70. Femore, thank you for the 71. Dirky Dirk. Thank you for the 22-month resubscription. Omega. Gothic horror as well. It comes up in such a weird way. April, my good friend April, who is fast becoming a lore keeper on Table Story. Insta Rage, thank you for the 65, my friend. Shadow, thank you for the gift sub. Beckor. By the way, Beckor, in my head, you're literally a parrot. You look like Iago to me because your name is Beckor, like a parrot. Like if a comic book fuck, shit, fuck. Comic book parrot. That's quite hard to say, apparently. Nayana, thank you so much for the gift sub as well. All of you waiting throughout the week, giving me panic attacks. Okay, we're done. There were three. So my theory earlier on that you're all waiting was actually incorrect, and everyone is in fact unsubbing, and my life is over. Great. Every time I talk in chat, it ends with a core in my head. Okay, yeah, that's great. That fits my internal narrative as well. Bew.
This is epic.
CIA, NSA, FBI. Thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Triffy. That's Triffy. Triffique. Thanks for the money, Triffy. I'm sorry. Sorry for that. Terrible pun. Anyway, my story is I did 2 hours of tech issues yesterday trying to get my computer to work, and it was fucking horrible. Eventually I had to boot some bullshit from the BIOS to get it to load the fucking recovery thing, and then I had to do the rollback, which I haven't done ever in my life. I did a rollback for 4 days, don't know what I lost, then it still didn't work, and I had to boot it from safe mode using the command prompt, and then once it was in safe mode it still didn't work, and then I had to do a couple of other random things, and then randomly by pure chance changing the boot drive from the BIOS, changing the fucking boot drive was so scary, changing the boot drive from the BIOS and then starting it again and then re-changing it back to the correct drive and then loading Windows from there worked, and my god, it was fucking awful. And do you know what caused it? A Windows update. Windows update killed my computer. I'm waiting for it to come through because I guess if I re-rolled back the thing, then the Windows update didn't go through. So it's still going to do it again, and I'm just petrified of the night that it's going to force me to do this fucking Windows update. It was bloody awful. It took me 2 hours sitting on my phone trying to fucking get ChatGPT to help me figure it out. Oh my god. So by the time I did that, I didn't have the mental strength to do my tax stuff. And but I had to edit some stuff for Table Story. You'll see in a couple of weeks. There's just a thing that we've got, like you'll see a thing I had to edit. It took me a little while. I spent longer on it than I should have done. And my god, was I exhausted by the end of yesterday, and I just couldn't be fucked. And then I checked my sub count. In the back of my head all day, I'm worried about tax, right? So I checked my sub count, and it's the lowest it's ever been in the history of any sub count on Twitch. And then, full panic attack. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'll just come up with something interesting for tomorrow to sort of maybe see if everyone wants. Maybe I can incentivize a couple more subs out of them if I come up with something really cool. Which is why we've got Big Loot.
Big Loot.
Today. Jaeger, thank you for the gift sub to Drogi. How are you doing, Jaeger? So are we waiting to find the energy, or are you going to hire that accountant? Oh, I haven't even thought about it again, Omega. You don't understand how I live my life. My head firmly buried in the sand until I can drum up the energy to even vaguely think about it. Even talking about it with you right now, my heart rate is rising. I'm getting warm. I can't take it anymore. Like, I'm properly on the edge. I cannot. I'm just not a functioning human adult, and haven't been maybe ever, but just it's getting worse. Isn't this PC less than 2 years old? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't know what did it. I've literally got no idea what did it, which is why I'm so scared of it just breaking again with the Windows update. Could be anything, terrifying. Big Lot helps win D and D. There it is, anonymous. We're up to, you got a wheel spin from last week. What is that? 2 wheel spins so far. With Big Loot on the table available for you. I thought I'd take a little leaf from the non-canon book, and I thought I'd put the Big Loot table in here. Not the same one from non-canon, but a new loot table. Handcrafted loot table. It is a D100 table. Shall I tell you what's on there? Shall I tell you what's on number 1 and number 100? I'll tell you what number 1 and number 100 are. If we get 30, if I get 5 more subs and that touches 30, you've got 30 seconds. Shit, you got longer than 30 seconds. Who wants to be a millionaire? Countdown music. You got 30 seconds. There's one. It's at 26. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Does that count? Did that count? Guys, what do you think? Let's check the replay. Can we get the replay on that one, please? I'll allow it. I will allow it. My daughter says yes. The ding was before the buzzer, was it? All right. through. I mean, you can't be trusted, Dirk. Just a known liar. A known liar. Drugi, thanks for the 5 gift subs. Anonymous, thank you for the 5 gift subs. On roll number 1, it's...
And here we go. I hope you're hungry for nothing.
Nothing. Okay. I know this doesn't incentivize you. But on roll 100, it's a...
Level up!
It's a level up. Now, there are some really good things in here. There's a bunch of potions. There's a bunch of random items. There's a bunch of magic items. There's a bunch of scrolls. One of the scrolls is power word kill. It had to be in there. And one of the items is the deck of many things. Which I really don't want to put in there. Because I hate the deck of many things. But this is about making money and not about my own personal preferences. So every time we spin the wheel today, there is a very high chance that it will land on big loot. And when it lands on big loot, we'll roll a D100 and see what's on the loot table for you today. That's the plan. Now, you might be asking, Brad, why are you doing this today? Is it because you were scared of subs and stuff? And I was like, no. I said to them, no. That's not why I'm doing it. Even though, obviously, yes. No. The answer is, I think this paycheck for November will come through for me in January, which is tax-paying month. Now, instead of me having my yearly full-blown hardcore panic attack at the end of January because I had to do and then pay my tax, right? I thought, what if I get ahead of it and get lots of subs in November so that when Twitch payout happens, I think in January for this one, it'll be more money than normal. Is that... I don't even know if that's correct. I just think it is. Can I spread the panic over many months instead? Right? Literally no, yeah. Big Brain was like, what if you had money in January because you put big loot on a table for 1 week in November and got like 7 extra subs that day? Genius. No? Is that not smart? So anyway, if you're going to subscribe, today's the day to do it. If you're going to gift subs, today's the day to do it. What if I leave the wheel spin up and we just see how many subs I can get in a day? This. You know what I mean? It doesn't reset. Just see how many we can do. Is that insane? I don't know if that incentivizes you more or less. Who the fuck is Bareface Prophet? What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? You are banished. There are no fights in here. There's no banishment. There's nothing that can harm you in the D100 big loot table. Now, obviously, the rest of the wheel still exists. So, of course, you're going to roll the wheel and it's going to land on boss encounter immediately and destroy the entire plan. So let's see how it goes. Let's get into it. It's time to play D&D for real this time. Rise, Leary, rise.
Rise, Leary, rise, rise, Leary, rise. Whoa! They are the sword, they are the shield. Rise, Leary, rise, rise, Leary, rise. Whoa! Little goblin, little demon. Rise, Leary, rise, rise, Leary, rise. Whoa! Roll a dice, have a word kill. Rice, Leary, rice, rice, Leary, rice. Whoa! Whoa! Rise, Leary, rise up and fight.
Win-win.
Let's go win and let's give him money. Let's give him money to Brad.
I think I'm having a panic attack.
Rise, Leary, rise up and fight. Win-win. Let's go win and let's give him money. Let's give him money to Brad. Rise, Leary, rise up and fight. Win-win. Let's go winning. Let's give him money. Let's give him money to Brad. Rise, Leary, rise up and fight. Win-win. Let's go win and let's give him money. Let's give him money to Brad. Whoa!
Here we are once again for another fantastic edition of Twitch Plays D&D, featuring UDUD. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up.
A dud.
Thank you. It is another episode is ready to go. Oh, my start bar. I moved my start bar and it has fucked my world up. You ever move your start bar and now everything is wrong in the world? Are these Sunday D&D intros making it into the year game intro compilation? Why, do you want to make one for me? Do you want this song? And then you go away and edit the video. Bear in mind, 2 of these I've edited with like anime intro footage, and they've just been immediately DMCA striked. Anime clips are incredibly fucking dangerous. It's really annoying. I guess they will. I haven't even thought about it, to be honest, but I suppose I have to because it's coming up. Yeah, I mean, I suppose so. Maybe we'll have like a little D&D end of year D&D category, D&D intro category, you know, for the award ceremony. Moonlight. Let's go winning. Have you turned off the automatic updates and such so the computer doesn't die again? No, I haven't. I don't know how to do that, but I will do it today. In fear. Born of fear. He was born of fear. So last time, get into the game. Last time you guys had to fight some wasps. You had come to the wildflower field on the world map, open world portion of our game. And the wildflowers here, you sort of interacted with them, but all that really happened is a bunch of wasps appeared. Bees, not the bees. They swarmed Lyrian Snotflap, but after, it was a little touch and go for a second, but Lyrian Snotflap managed to defeat the wasps. It was then that Snotflap's brother, Big Flap, appeared. Big Flap showed up, a giant blue goblin, just like an enormous version of Snotflap, and claimed that Snotflap had killed their entire family and eaten them. Snotflap and Big Flap engaged in a one-on-one fight in a field of white flowers in which Snotflap was victorious. It was ridiculously close. You had me a little worried. After his victory, Snotflap killed and ate his brother. Snotflap is now the only flap left. And then Leary decided to visit with the water witch that Leary had spied on an island just offshore from where they were here. And Snotflap refused to go with. Snotflap won't go in the water. So was left on the shore to his own devices temporarily, while Lyri headed out and over the water to the where the water witch was, and that was where we ended the session. And so we're going to pick up today, but first we've got to do a bunch of wheel spins. You got 1 from last week, and then 3 today. Is that correct? Yeah, someone needs to keep an eye on that. 3 wheel spins. Here comes the first one. Big loot available today. You also have a hand eye and another curse. Immediately a Deus Ex. Fuck. Okay. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You already have a Deus Ex in that the witch knows why we are there and removes all of our curses and bestows a temporary buff on us. What do you want? Snotflap goes with us. As Lyri is swimming, dives into the water with like perfect grace. Starts swimming along. The eye in our hand becomes ours. We become invulnerable to all damage with no downsides or consequences. Oh, funny, that one got deleted. No winning D&D. We win D&D. It's the only option that is illegal. You can't just type "we win D&D." You know this. Snotflap expels Big Flap alive. Wayward Lancelot companion. Lyri gets permanent water resistance. Which then teleports us plus Snotflap to the Searing Quarry. It's amazing that you remembered that. The miners there. Liar grows wings. Orgy, not putting that on there. Smasher appears and joins us. The Gyarados swims up and lets us ride it. Snotflap realizes killing and eating his entire family was not a good thing to do. Alright. You open up today with a Deus Ex, practically a wish. I should probably change it to wish, shouldn't I? Should we change it to wish? Wish granted. Your wish has been granted. What's it going to be, guys? What wish would you like to be granted immediately off the bat today? Thank you everyone for the subs so far. I know it's only just begun and we haven't done anything, but here come the wheel spins so that you actually get something kinda. Something fun happens, as opposed to me just sitting there going, thanks for the money, where's the next boss battle anyway? Playing a video game. Dud, thank you for the 1,000 bits as well. I appreciate you. Alright, what's it going to be? A Wayward Lancelot Companion. Okay. I have to pull up his stats. I have to pull up his stats. He has stats. Lancelot Companion. Acquired. Jesus. Did you shoot Lancelot? This one. Alright. That's the first wheel spin. Here comes the second wheel spin. The next thing you roll is a natty 1. Ooh, feels good. You want to win D&D so badly. This is what you get. That's called karma, you bitch. Durkee. You bitch. Trying to win. It's called karma, motherfucker. Believe it. Next wheel spin. Here we go. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be another wish. Oh, a magic item. Okay. How was I doing magic items? Did I have a table? Oh yeah, I did. Might make another one. Might combine all my other magic tables together. Well, you know what I could do? I could open up non-canon and roll on that magic table. Hold on. Since I have to go in there anyway. Hopefully Wack's not logged in. He's probably still laying in bed watching TikToks. The non-canon magic table is the official magic tables from D&D, so works well. Works well for what we need. A magical pencil sharpener that duplicates itself would be hilarious. I don't know what you would ever do with it. Taking forever to load. Sabers and boomslang gears? No, that's the big loot table. The magic item table in non-canon is mostly standard stuff. There, I've got 2 tables in that. There's magic items and massive loot table. Bead of Force. I feel like I know what this does, but I can't remember. The Bead of Force. Small black sphere measures 3/4 of an inch in diameter and weighs an ounce. 1d4 plus 4 beads are found together. You can use an action to throw the bead up to 60 feet. The bead explodes on impact and is destroyed. Each creature within a 10-foot radius of where the bead landed must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 5d4 force damage. A sphere of transparent force then encloses the area for 1 minute. Any creature that failed to save and is completely within the area is trapped inside the sphere. Creatures that succeed on the save or are partially within the area are pushed away from the center of the sphere until they're no longer inside it. Only breathable air can pass through the sphere's wall. No attack or effect can. Fuck. Let's see how many you get. 1d4 plus 4. 7. That was a good roll from me. You're fucking welcome. Let's see here. Open Lyri's character sheet. You now have Beads of Force 7. Beads of Force. I'm just going to put a little tracker here for me. 7 of those. A grenade. You got a grenade. Well, good for you. Trying to win D&D. Currently, no. You have the frost. You remember the way this works is you can only equip 2 magic items at a time on your hotbar. It's an MMO. This isn't really D&D anymore. It's become my own game that I will release on a single page PDF at the end. So we'll keep rolling the wheels first because you might get other things, and then we'll see if you want to equip different stuff once we know what's going on. So you got Beads of Force, pretty fucking cool item to be honest. 100% gonna go wrong. Trap your own leg in there and lose it. You know. We need to just hope to lose D&D so we get the opposite karma effect and win immediately. PDF is just a link to ChatGPT and Suno, yeah. Well, the rules I came up with myself. ChatGPT, I mean, I guess it might be able to do that. I don't know. I wouldn't trust that it just would steal a bunch of random game rules from other people and like combo it into one. You just told it to make a game, you know, and then you'd be sued within 2 weeks because they'd be like, "That, by the way, that's ours. You think it's yours and you think ChatGPT came up with it, but it's ours." I'm too paranoid for that. All right, here we go. What do you got? 2 more wheel spins? Here comes the next one. Big loot. Here we go. Rolling a D100 for the first time. Big loot has hit. This could be good. Or it could be nothing. If you roll a 1, it's nothing. If you roll a 100, it's a level up immediately. Let's see what you get. 48. Cloak of the Hunter. Camouflage pattern. What is that? Cloak of the Hunter. Gloomhaven? No. Cloak of the Hunter. Forest green cloak of protection is trimmed in eagle feathers. It has a gold clasp shaped like a talon. You have an advantage on dexterity, stealth, and wisdom checks. Fuck. That's sick. Damn. It's the camouflage suit from, yeah. Oh, that's a nice cloak. Cloak of the Hunter. This one is camouflage pattern. I don't know how you spell camouflage, Bradley. And I guess I need to make a handout for this. Because I don't think it's in my things to just be able to search. So, Cloak of the Hunter. And man, you got some good items now. You're gonna have some problems, I think. Requires attunement by a barbarian, druid, or ranger. No, it doesn't. I'm a good GM. A good guy GM. Spelled it wrong again. Camouflaged patterned. Camouflaged patterned. Camouflage. Oh, God. This camouflage patterned cloak of protection is trimmed in eagle feathers. It has a gold clasp shaped like a talon. Radiates transmutation magic. Power. You have advantage on dexterity, stealth, and wisdom perception checks. Great. You've done great there, chat. This is a good haul so far. This is a good haul so far. I hope you're proud of yourselves. And that's why we roll on the big loot. That's why today, for tax reasons, we need all the subs we can get. You get to roll on the big loot. That's why today, for tax reasons, you get to roll on the big loot. What if this gives you expertise? And then we don't have to roll. We don't have to remember every time. Because otherwise we're going to forget that. I know that you're not. You're going to be like, we won't forget it. But we'll forget in that it'll be too late by the time we do it. Let's give you expertise in stealth and perception. So this will double your proficiency bonus in both. So for stealth, you now have a +2 where you had 0. And for perception, you have a +4 now. Is that correct? That's correct, isn't it? Yeah. Let's do that, because then we'll remember. Cloak of the Hunter. Acquired. Nice. Wax here. Barely conscious. A barely conscious man. Remember, for tax reasons, for tax purposes today, we've got the big loot table available, and it has already provided you with one of the best items I've ever seen. Oh, you don't have it equipped. Maybe you will equip it. No. I'm going to forget as well. You do not currently have it equipped. You don't have expertise. You got to equip it. Welcome to D&D, you motherfuckers. Okay, final wheel spin before we get into it. Unless you want to gift another 4 subs. It's up to you. Big loot, baby. Let's go again. Let's go again, shall we? Another D100 from the chat room. You ready for this, chat? Lucky hands. I've been rolling well in this, right? I've been rolling well in this? Yeah. I think I haven't been rolling well. You've just been rolling bad. So let's see. Let me clean my hands of any filth that I might have picked up from dealing with you guys today. And the bad luck from you. Leary is swimming and slowly shrinking from the amount of appearing. Yeah, just drowning. Okay, here we go. Another 48 and Snotflap. Agreed. If it lands on 48 again, Snotflap can have it. I'll allow it. Here we go. 35. Ooh, a box of 20 silver-tipped arrows. Oh. There's just something about having a silvered weapon. It's not always that appropriate in D&D. I kind of wish it was more appropriate that you needed silvered weapons for certain things. And there are things that require silvered things, but oof, who doesn't love a fucking box of silver tip? When the time comes, I'm going to make a note that something that requires silver tipped arrows to be defeated now hunts Leary. At some point, these will come into play because I love it. Silver tipped arrows, and these are, you only have 20 of them. So when that thing comes for you, you got 20 shots. Goma from Zelda. Yep. Obviously. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's what I was going to say as well. Obviously that was what I was going to say as well. It's actually really nice for the fact that you're an archer, yeah. I love silver-tipped stuff. I almost had it be a very important plot point in in D&D. What actually works really well is that silver, there's like an abundance of silver in this setting, isn't there? In the Lyri setting. So that's kind of cool. Maybe it's, you know, one of the demons or whatever. All right, Kaio gave me a 59-month resub. Thank you, my friend.
I'm coming.
Jesus. And then Plumrug with 5 more subs. What are we at? What number is that? 42?
Just one more spin.
We're going to see how... I'm not resetting this bar today. We're just going to see how high the number can go. I'm curious. Here we go. A spin from Plumrug, Kaio, and Anonymous. One more spin. Here we go. It's going to be a boss battle. Something from under the water is going to grab you. Ooh. That made me nervous because I'm scared of things grabbing me from underwater. Okay, so your next roll is a natural 1, and then the next roll after that is a natty 20. Good roll. All set for the day now. Lyri's swimming through the water. Varying things appearing on their pockets and in their bags. What on earth is... Okay. Now, you do have Lancelot as a companion. But currently, no companion equipped because you are going to the thing. Okay, let's equip the items. So, let's see. What do you have? Magic item slot 1. Let me open up Roll20 in another window so I can... see all the things. Okay. What does Lyri equip in magic item slot 1? Alright, now listen up. Here are the options. Kind of need to make a whole new area. I'm just going to make a quick thing. I'll do it on the screen so you can see it. I'm going to put standard loot over here. Because you have a hip flask half filled with cheap whiskey. And this is just for any loot that is a larger piece of loot than the other thing. And then we can put magic loot here. And here's your hotbar. Okay. So you've got the Amulet of Warmth. Remind ourselves what they each do. The Amulet of Warmth keeps the wearer warm in cold climates and prevents exhaustion due to cold weather. You've got the Amulet of the Undaunted, which grants saving throws against being frightened. You've got the Frostheart Orb, which is what you currently have equipped. A magical stone orb about the size of a golf ball. Equipping this cursed magical item provides the following benefits and drawbacks. You gain full immunity to fire damage. You become vulnerable to cold damage. Additionally, in cold environments, the wearer must make a Constitution saving throw every hour or gain 1 level of exhaustion. I'd say this water's pretty cold, wouldn't you? You've got the Ring of Granite Grasp. The wearer has advantage on strength checks made to avoid being pushed or knocked prone. You've got the Beads of Force, which we just explained are essentially grenades. And you've got the Cloak of the Hunter, which you just acquired, which is... it will give you expertise, so double your proficiency on any stealth or perception checks. So it's pretty strong. Which is pretty strong. So, which are you equipping in item slot 1? The Amulet of Warmth, the Amulet of Undaunted, Amulet of Undaunted? Of the Undaunted would make... Yeah, that's correct. Amulet of the Undaunted. The... Fucking... Copy paste it, Bradley. Frostheart Orb. The Ring of Granite Grasp. The Beads of Force. Or the Cloak of the Hunter. What would you like to equip to Lyri in magic item slot 1 on your hotbar? Good afternoon, David. How are you feeling today? Have you been taking your medicine? Some good items from the big loot spins. The big loot table will, of course, only be here for this week. This week only. I like the big loot table. Maybe it will make a return one day. But generally speaking, I do these things and then delete and forget them. So, big loot today only if you wanna spin on the big loot table and get some better items. Or maybe a new scroll or some more potions. Alright, keeping the Frostheart Orb equipped. What about in slot 2? What does Lyri equip in magic item slot 2? Currently, you have the Amulet of Warmth equipped in slot 2. Just tidying up my my things while you vote. It's very messy. I can't see anything. Keeping the Amulet of Warmth equipped. Which one was the Amulet of Warmth? Keeps the wearer warm in cold climates, prevents exhaustion due to cold weather. Okay, so you're keeping the items that you have equipped on. And that is the Frostheart Orb and the Amulet of Warmth. And we can begin the actual session. We're currently in a tropical place. No, you're not. This is not tropical. This is... I'd say it leans more to cold. You're on a set of cliffs, cliffside cliffs, with strong winds and cold water. It is not tropical. There's no palm trees and stuff. It's probably more akin to, you know, maybe like middle France. So not quite summer in south of France. Not as cold as if you were just diving in the water in Scotland. But it's more cold than warm. It isn't Mistblades 2, that's correct. Okay. So Lyri starts swimming across this sort of narrow stretch of water. It is chilly. It is cold, but you have the Amulet of Warmth on. which prevents significant cold buildup and kind of nullifies the negative effects of the Frostheart Orb as well. So Lyri swims comfortably, though would be aware that it is relatively chilly here. I'm going to need an athletics check as we begin the rolling. But first I need to start the bot. My god. Hold on. We got no bot. Now this is going to be a natural one. But I want to see what you would have rolled, as always. This is a terrible time to be getting a natural one, by the way. I guess I'll have to look up those drowning rules. Okay, bot is up and running. Start rolling. Let's see what you get. We can take the first number today. D&D drowning rules. I'll need those. A 15 is what you would have got. However, what you in fact did get was drowning. A surge and a current suddenly pulls at Lyri's leg. While they're a strong swimmer and generally athletic, Lyri suddenly falls as if being dragged down, this current pulling at Lyri's legs. I need a strength saving throw, which hilariously is a natural 20. Nullified this whole thing. The entire crossing of the water. Let's see what you would have rolled. Let's see what you would have rolled. Oh, actually, I didn't apply your bonuses. So your athletics check was a 15 plus 3, and then your strength check is a plus 3 as well. A 17. Now we take the second roll. Guess it doesn't matter. It's a natural 20. Lyri makes it very comfortably back up, breaking free of the current that is dragging Lyri down. Lyri allows the current to take them away somewhat, pulling them actually closer towards the island with the witch on it, before starting to swim again, kicking their legs and arms and resurfacing. I think probably as well, like, before jumping in the water, Lyri did that thing where they sort of tied their bag and tried to do their best at sort of water sealing this thing or diving in and breaking up and out of the current and the water. Swimming now to the other side. You actually make it to the other side. That's all it was. It's only a short little jaunt to the other side. Stepping up and out of the water, kind of shaking off a little of the water, hair wet and slick to the sides of Lyri's face, back and armor, clothing underneath some of the pieces of armor, boots filled with water. Maybe Lyri takes off a boot and pours out a bunch of water, and a starfish comes out and probably says something because we're playing D&D. Hey man, come on. And then puts on his top hat and starts walking towards the water. Lyri takes a brief kind of look around, recognizing the the witch still standing just outside of a sort of an entrance to what you can now see from the other side of the water. It looked like nothing more than a set of boulders and rocks on this island, but actually there is an opening, a very clear opening, kind of a doorway shape, that leads into a sort of an awning. You get the sense that maybe on the other side of the water there was maybe a slight illusion that was sort of covering this entranceway from prying eyes. But here on the island itself you can see, and it's a very small little island that you're standing on, but you can see that there's an entrance that leads into a set of boulders that are actually kind of shaped like a seaweed, salt and brine covered entranceway, kind of in almost a dome shape, very much sort of entwined with the boulders and the rocks on this island. This witch who is looking at you, this kind of old looking woman, is looking at you. Again, she has very simple looking clothing on, kind of grey bluey hair that kind of shifts and moves with the tide as it pulls and pushes. She expressionless, I would say, neither not really giving away anything in an expression. Watches Lyri get up, climb up out of the water, turns and steps inside of the abode, leaving the door open in an inviting way. Dabiru, thank you for the subs there. Is that another wheel spin? No. Need 3 more? Am I crazy? Yeah. For some reason it is so small for me to see that. My throat hurts. Does Lyri follow the witch in? Would be the question here. You can just sort of follow her in, or you can do some stuff outside. Does Lyri follow the witch inside? We'll do a yes or no. If no, I'll ask what do you want to do instead. Dabiru, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Today we're seeing how high I can get that number in a desperate attempt to offset panic in January. I had a big brain moment and realized that I'm pretty sure the Twitch payout for this month will be in January. So if I can make lots of money this month, lots of money, if I can make a little bit of money this month, then when I get paid in January, slightly less panic, as opposed to freaking out in January, crying, shitting myself, and losing my mind on stream. Maybe there doesn't have to be quite as much madness happening. That's the big brain idea. Was it big brain? No. Not really. Because we need about, let's see what I need to really make any sort of profit in January. About 250 subscribers today would probably do it. Not even at 50. Huh? Oh, right, rice. Yeah. No, just the rice, maybe some salt. If I can gather the salt myself. Yeah, that's what I'll be eating in January. How long have I been eating that meal? Every day for 2 years now. Huh? Probably Burger King. I think they pay a bit more than McDonald's at the moment, so I'm just going to go and work there. Alright. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I'm in the middle of something, so... Alright, see you later. Yes. Following a witch in. Simple. A simple choice to be made. The witch's home presents itself to you all. As you step in, following, sort of stepping and moving up the island, not really a pathway, and moving across to this doorway, this inviting doorway. Seaweed hanging down, these kind of strange drapes. As you step into the doorway and into the home of this witch, there is kind of a smell of that salty, oceany brine. But then you get a kind of earthy scent. It smells like minestrone soup. Because the witch, as witches do, is standing beside a cauldron, turning a small little cauldron over an open flame, turning a wooden spoon in a pot of soup. Minestrone soup. Campbell's minestrone soup. There's a tin of Campbell's open on the side with a very modern day looking tin opener. You step into this strange blue and green abode with all of these hanging pieces of seaweed and kind of like fishing net patterns over all of the walls. You see the room is adorned with lots of different things like shells. There are also piles of sand that are just kind of dotted around the place. Lots of jars, lots of little kind of fishbowl looking things that don't seem to contain any fish, but do contain strange little trinkets and items. There are fish hooks hanging down from the ceiling that have been collected in en masse, not as if being used as decoration, but more like trophies, possibly taken from different fishermen and whalers and stuff. They vary in size throughout the room as you step into this place. The witch turns to you. The floor, by the way, is covered in about 2 inches of water as you step into this. The entire place is dripping with a kind of cave-like quality. Water running down the walls and dripping. The temperature is not room temperature. It would be certainly under. I would say it's quite chilly in here, in fact. The only real heat is probably being generated from the slight open flame underneath the cauldron. As you step in, the witch, without sort of turning to you, says,
Welcome to Tidefall Isle. Leary, isn't it?
What does Leary do? Options from the chat. Introduce ourselves. Tell her about our situation with the curses. How do you know my name? Greet her and ask her name. Compliment her home and ask for tea. PB made it in time for the witch. Well done. Got it. Look around for any fuckery afoot. That's an investigation check. Alright, there's your options. Introduce yourself, tell her about the situation with the curses. How do you know my name? Greet her and ask her name. Compliment her home and ask for tea. Look around for any fuckery afoot. That's good. That's good. My knees hurt, I need to sit down. Promised myself I would stand up for as long as possible today, and I made it to about, what, an hour? Hour and a half. I do also wonder if there's some fuckery afoot. I must ask. Might there be fuckery afoot? Greet her and ask her name. Lyri steps inside and says, my name is Lyri, yes. A pleasure to meet you. What's your name?
Erindra.
She says, continuing to sort of turn the soup. She says,
I take it you want some tea, then. Well, sit somewhere. This might be more comfortable for you.
with a flick of her wrist, this kind of very modern looking stool appears next to, I wouldn't really call it a table, it's more like a central, it's almost like an altar that's covered in things. The things on this table are very classic witch stuff. There's a crystal ball, there is some runes, there are tarot cards, all with a kind of sea style to them. Many of them look like they haven't been touched in a while, however. Erindra turns, bringing over a small bowl of this soup, placing it in front of Lyri with a wooden spoon in a wooden bowl, and places a cup of green-looking tea next to Lyri as well. With her own bowl of soup and her own tea, she places the bowl down, takes a sip of the tea, and then kind of cradles it with both of her hands and watches Lyri for a moment. I ask again, what does Lyri do here? I guess the video game options are sit and drink the tea, sit and eat some soup, sit and drink the tea and eat the soup, ask, do you know why I am here? Take out some rations to offer to the table. Chit chat while eating. Show the witch our hand-eye. Show the witch our hand-eye coordination. Would be a sleight of hand check, which would be a sleight of eye hand check. Right, what does Lyri do? The choice is yours. Sit and drink the tea, sit and eat some soup, sit and drink the tea and eat the soup. Ask, do you know why I'm here? Take out some rations to offer to the table. Chit chat while eating. Show the witch our hand-eye, or show the witch our hand-eye coordination, which is a sleight of eye hand check. It is now officially called the eye hand. The lowercase I, uppercase H, all one word. Dip the soup in the tea. You're a monster, and I will throw up. Freak of a man. What's good, Chode? Welcome in. Thank you for the 52 months. That goes towards another wheel spin. Only 209 left to go. Every time Brad says the choice is yours, I meant to respond with don't be late. PewDiePie. No, my name is actually Brad Peeper. And you know that because you've been here before. And you said the same thing every single time. I think we'll just get rid of him. We're all having fun. We don't need these people. We don't need these people. I don't want to run the risk of him getting a sub and coming back. Oof, did it just in time. Just in time. That would have been close. Dirk, thanks for the 5 gift subs. Is that a wheel spin? I believe so. Yes. Let's do the wheel spin. We'll leave the vote up and we'll do a spin now. Gold. Roll a d20. Straight up. Some gold. In the other boot, you know. Leary lifts the other boot up and pours out the water from it. And a bunch of gold falls out. Oh, I'm so sorry. Picks it up. Puts it in their pocket. The plan here is to sit and drink the tea as well. With the witch. A 16. So you get 16 gold pieces. So that is 37 gold pieces in total that you currently have. Dirk paid for that, along with Chode and Nibiru. And then also won you 16 gold pieces. Congratulations. As you see, Leary sort of takes a seat. Grabs the mug of very warm tea. Places it to their lips. Borderline boiling, but as Leary places it to their lips, the temperature falls or raises to whatever Leary's preferred heat is. Drinking it, it tastes very similar to what we would think of as green tea. Make a Constitution saving throw. You're dying. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Watching you, the witch says,
I know why you are here. You want me to remove all of your curses. I can do that. Yeah, I'll happily do that, yes. If perhaps you'd be willing to do something for me.
what does Leary do? As you drink your tea, the witch, expressionless again, watching you, drinking another sip of her own tea. Listen to her request. What will you need? Same thing, isn't it? Wait for her to finish her sentence. Eat soup. Ask her to adopt us. Nod. I know exactly what you're doing now, Chicklet. Know precisely what you're doing right now. Actually, we'd like you to remove only the curses that we haven't min-maxed into being an advantage. Oh, Windy gets deleted. The Windy option gets suddenly and inexplicably deleted. That was not what won the vote last week, you fool. Choices are up and the vote is yours. The vote is up and the choice is yours. What would you like to do, chat? The witch watching you. Water running down the walls. Pooling on the ground but not rising in level. The witch's hair flowing with the tide outside. Green blue eyes watch you from over the mug of green tea. Shadow, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. 202 to go. What is it? 188? 92. 192. How bad I am at maths. Shadow wants a wheel spin. Shadow wants the big loot. Listen to her request. She looks at you. Her eyes watching you, and for the first time a small smile at the very edge of her lips. As she continues and finishes her sentence. I guess. She says,
The tides have been behaving erratically. They're threatening the island and the surrounding waters.
she looks away from you from the first time and looks out the doorway.
Something is disturbing the slumber of a giant serpent that lies buried beneath the ocean floor. I would have you discover the source of the disturbance and calm the sea serpent before it fully awakens. Or were it to awaken, it would devastate the coastline. I have my suspicions on what it might be.
She looks at you again.
There is a powerful artifact known as the Heart of the Abyss, a pearl that has been stolen from its resting place. I would have you dive down into the depths of the ancient sunken temple below and search for the artifact and return it to where it belongs.
She moves across the room with a flick of her wrist. The cauldron and the flame beneath vanish entirely and are replaced with a kind of a coral-looking, twisting altar that kind of curls and twists in on itself up to a point. At the top of where this coral twists, it twists into sort of 4 fingers that look like they would hold something the size of a pretty large-looking spherical object. She points to it and says,
"Bring the pearl here, and I will do the rest. And in exchange, your curses will be lifted."
She turns to you, places her cup down on the side, and awaits. What does Lyri do? Accept quest. Reject quest are the 2 options that come up, but you also have options. Is she lying? This will be an insight check from Lyri. Dive down. We can't breathe underwater. Any help with that? Foolishly barter for side cash. Ask if she can provide water breathing. What has been happening to the island? Ask for a deposit of removing 2 curses before we start this quest. Curses before starting this quest. Eat soup. What happens if we fail? Why did they steal it? Okay, there's your options. A lot of options. Accept quest, reject quest. Is she lying? Dive down, we can't breathe underwater. Any help with that? Foolishly barter for side cash. What has been happening to the island? Ask for a deposit of removing 2 curses before starting this quest. Eat soup. What happens if we fail? Why did they steal it? The options, once again, are yours. Lyri says to the witch, dive down underwater. I can't breathe underwater. Perhaps you might be able to help with that. The witch says, well, of course I know that. Don't worry, it'll be taken care of. What does Lyri do next? I'll give you the same options. Insight check. Okay. Let's see if she's lying. Or if you can determine whether she's lying at least. Start rolling an insight check. You have a +0 to this insight check. So this is just whatever you roll. We'll take the second roll. You can get involved. ! Roll d20 in the chat room. A 20? Damn. Damn. Shit. You take a look at the witch while she's speaking, the way that she carries herself, the way she moves. It is extremely difficult to sort of determine what this person before you is thinking and feeling behind their words. Her facial expressions have not changed from the first moment you laid eyes on her until now, apart from that one very slight smile that you feel like she gave you. Looking at the eyes of this woman and watching the way that her body moves,
Lyri is quite experienced, though we've only joined Lyri at this point in their journey. Lyri has spent their life as a soldier to a foreign kingdom across the sea, and has a lot of experience, maybe not, you know, with directly dealing with people, but at least with watching these kinds of negotiations and things play out. There is something about this witch that Lyri determines, whether it's the sort of look in her eyes or the way that she sort of comfortably moves around the room, the way that she sort of openly provides some food and drink, the way that she stands and holds herself. Something about it allows Lyri to feel quite comfortable. It seems to Lyri that this witch is telling the truth. The witch suggests that there is something that is affecting the coastline. My voice is going so bad. I've been GMing too much. The coastline, and that the creature that is doing this is a huge sea serpent that sleeps on the ocean floor, and that this cursed pearl, the heart of the abyss, has been taken from its resting place, which is kind of triggering the serpent's rage. You get the sense that Erindra, this witch, wants only what's best for the surrounding ocean and the coast, as well as her home here on Tidefall Island, and that includes the creatures, and a balance to it as well. It's not necessarily like she's full vegan or anything. She believes in balance. The room, the way she moves, the look in her eyes that suggests truth and purpose, really rings out, and suggests to Lyri that, at least in the request and in the way that she's holding herself and the promise of the removal of curses and water, breathing and such, all seem to ring true to you. So I guess we'll do, what does Lyri do again? You can give me a couple more suggestions if you have new ones. We'll take accept quest, reject quest, foolishly barter for side quests, what has been happening to the island, ask for a deposit of removing 2 curses, eat soup, what happens if we fail, why did they steal it? Why won't she, the witch, do it? Hasn't slept in weeks. Eating rice and pure salt. I really do feel awful on Sundays. I actually am surprised I don't feel worse today than I do. Because I taper off of the medicine, and usually the rebound day is today, and I fucked it up yesterday really badly. But I actually feel okay, so I don't want to whinge about it because I've been crying about it for so long. What will you do with the pearl? Alright, we'll give you these 10. Yeah, I fucked up my tapering day. On Friday I took half a tablet in the morning and then a whole one at night, and then yesterday I got up and I was in such a rush that I took a whole one in the morning and then half at night, and so it just fucking, I'm surprised it hasn't fully spazzed out my system. And then this morning I got up and took a whole one again because I was like, I guess I'm just on that routine, but I'm a bit scared this is going to fuck up my sleep. So it's also a different type of one because I ran out of pills. I thought I had a whole other box and I don't. I fully ran out of them. and the place was closed. I went there yesterday to get some more, and it was like closed. So I have to get up tomorrow morning like really early and go there and get a box of pills because I currently have one left, which is terrifying. I need to take half of that tonight, and then I'm out fully. But they're a different brand than the one that I've been taking because I got these two off of my sister. She takes the same shit, but she takes like one whenever she needs one. And so I don't know if that's going to do anything. I don't think it will, but it's still kind of scary, you know? I'm actually surprised I don't feel fucking insane today. Like fully horrendously awful. I mean, maybe it will kick in tonight. They have like a 2 or 3 day kind of half-life, it feels like. It's usually about 2 days before I get a bit of a rebound and I feel nutso for 2 days. But actually I haven't, you know, touch wood, and I've said this so many times and then completely lost my mind. I haven't actually felt too bad today with that side of things. So I'm hoping, because there's so little in my system. A lot of stuff I've read about this medicine, they're like the last 10 milligrams is just killer. But for me, it feels like I'm improving as the less of it is in my system. So maybe it is the very like last bit, like when you take when you fully stop taking it, that it will fuck me up. But luckily I don't feel too bad. I feel a bit gassed out and a bit tired, but I just sort of really, I think that's just normal because we're all overworked. And by we, I mean me, Whack and PB are extremely overworked at the moment. If you've been enjoying Table Story, make sure to tune in on Fridays and throw a copper coin our way, because that is how you currently reward us if you're enjoying it. Accept quest. Oh, you know what I should have done? Fuck. This isn't it. This is not the jingle. Give me the jingle. Endwalker. For fucking dreading getting to Endwalker. Why does it sound like that? What the fuck happens by Endwalker? Accepted. Leary says, all right. I accept your quest. Perhaps the witch holds her hand up. Yes, I know. A deposit? I think you can be trusted. She says, have a spoonful of the soup, and your curses will be lifted. Eat soup. Yes. Eat soup. Don't eat soup. Thumbs up. Can't see anything. It's too dark. Will you eat the soup? Is the witch just watching this stream? It's PB. PB is the witch. Eat soup. A spoonful of the soup. As Leary looks up at the witch one last time and swallows it down. All curses are removed. No fire can ever be put out in the presence of the cursed. Even fully submerged in a torch, submerging a torch in water won't work. Removed. The curse becomes a natural target for burglars. Removed. Rain causes the target to panic. Removed. Combusts at room temperature. Removed. Growls like a lion whenever they're upset. Removed. Eyeball on the right hand palm. Removed. Oh, and shouts all the time, which I completely forgot about. Removed. That every time Lyria has spoken, she's been shouting. She's been shouting. Did it lift the curse on the orb? No. Curse is the target. Cursed items is a whole different ball of danger. Danger. The Erindra turns to the wall, which is covered in bits of seaweed and hooks and things. Kind of moving some bits aside, you recognize that there is other stuff underneath the seaweed hung across these walls. And in fact, at this point, after accepting this quest, the room seems to sort of take on a new vibrance. Recognizing now, almost as your eyes adjust to the room, that there are lots of trinkets in this room, lots of shiny gold amulets. There is a set of rings on one side of the room. There are pearls. There are like chests that seem like they could be filled with all sorts of different things of loot. And as she moves some of the seaweed and netting away, Erindra grabs a small looking seashell amulet and turns and brings it over, sort of carefully laying it onto the table in front of Lyri. She pushes it towards Lyri and says, "Alone. I'll need that one back. That will allow you to breathe underwater." For this quest, you will need the seashell amulet equipped. So we're going to put the seashell amulet on. That is equipped. What would you like to now equip in magic item slot 2? Magic item slot 2. Now that you kind of don't need to worry as much about the Frostheart Orb, what do you want equipped? So the Amulet of Warmth. The Amulet of Warmth keeps the wearer warm in cold climates and prevents exhaustion due to cold weather. Amulet of the Undaunted, that prevents or gives you advantage on saving throws against being frightened. The Frostheart Orb gives you immunity to fire damage, but you become vulnerable to cold damage, and in cold environments you must make Constitution saving throws every hour or gain 1 level of exhaustion. The Ring of Granite Grasp gives you stops you from being pushed prone. The Beads of Force are grenades, and the Cloak of the Hunter is a camouflaged cloak that gives you expertise on perception and stealth checks. Those are the magic items you currently have. Your choice. What would you like to equip in magic items slot 2 as you're about to head underwater, swim down, and try and locate this temple and the pearl on behalf of Erindra, the Water Witch? Now, you could also spin the wheel today, and today only, there is the option for
Big loot!
Big Loot is a D100 table which is filled with all sorts of things. Number 1 is nothing, but number 100 is an immediate level up. Everything else is an item. There is on here the Ring of 3 Wishes is on there. There's also a Scroll of Wish, as well as a Scroll of Power Word Kill. There's some cool things on here. There's some potions. There's a bottle of rare wine. 100 different things, one of which is nothing, 2 of which are not items. And the rest are items, scrolls, potions. And that's if you hit the Big Loot, which is there's a huge chance of hitting Big Loot today because it's those 3 giant pink segments of the wheel spin. Cloak of the Hunter's going on for this mission. Fuck yeah, dude. Gonna look like fucking naked snake. Naked snake. Is that a wheel spin? It is, right? Let me do it now before we equip the cloak, just in case you get an item that you'd rather have. A wheel spin. Thank you so much, Anonymous. This one is brought to you by Anonymous, Shadow, and Durkee. Ooh, just on the Big Loot. Let's see what you get on the Big Loot table now. Is continuing the sub not count? Guess not. Sucks to be you, you fucking loser. Everyone bully Kyrie. Everyone punch Kyrie in the leg. Everyone punch Kyrie in the leg now. Bully them. Bully them. Call them a loser. They fucked up. I don't know what to tell you. There's nothing I can do about it. D100 coming up, Kyrie. You're just going to have to... I guess you're going to have to suck it up. A 19. We are 19. Ooh, a potion of giant strength. That's a good one. But which type? Oh, it's a potion of stone giant strength. Potion of stone giant strength. Gained here. Potion of stone giant strength. Let's double check what that does. Potion of stone giant strength changes your strength score to 23 for 1 hour. I guess I'll ask if you want to equip that, huh? Alright, so we're equipping the Cloak of the Hunter. And you gain a potion of stone giant strength on behalf of the Spellwind. I guess since we're gearing up for the quest here, and there might not be another chance to equip things until you do a rest. Equip Witch Potion. Get it? Witch? No, forget it. Forget it. You guys are fucking... forget it. The Potion of Neutralize Poison. Neutralizes all poisons affecting you. 1 dose. The Potion of Invisibility. The Potion of Stone Giant Strength. I think Potion of Invisibility gives you invisibility for an hour or until you do like an action. Or a Potion of Temporary Hit Points. With this, you'll roll for 1d10 temporary hit points. So temporary hit points, by the way, don't go away unless you replace them with another set of temporary hit points. So you could, if you wanted to, and you know this is tactical, potentially drink the temporary hit points and just have them forever. And then equip another potion, basically. Or you could save the Potion of Temporary Hit Points. Obviously, you might want it for a different thing. Sneaking strat. Are you planning to sneak underwater? This is a sneaking mission. Let me gear up some Metal Gear Solid music then, shall I? If we're going to be sneaking. Sorry, I pressed the enter button. That woke you all up, didn't it? If it helps, I can't handle jump scares like that at the moment either, so we're all in the same boat. Panic attack. Full-blown panic attack happening. Not very sneaky. Until we lose the 10 points, like from damage. Yeah, obviously, yeah. Temporary hit points get removed from any damage you take first, and then it starts cutting into all the other stuff. Shadows gifted a sub to Aeon Fracti in a desperate attempt to make up for Kyrie's lost sub. Kyrie and the lost subscription. Okay, equipping the Potion of Invisibility. Potion of Invisibility. Equipped. Alright. Now, let me see. So, quest objective. I almost feel like I should put something on the screen that is your like current quest objective, you know, for people coming in. Would that be useful? I don't know. Probably not. You probably pick it up, right? I can't tell because I can normally walk into a room and understand what's going on. But I feel like, and again, this isn't an attack, a lot of you can't. So I don't know sometimes whether that's useful or just like a waste of time. I can do it. I think if I just do it in OBS, that might be quicker for me to be able to just update it. You know? So, I'll give myself at least the words. Current quest. Right. Let me give it a little outline. Photoshop it ain't. The current quest is retrieve the heart of the abyss, pearl from the sunken temple, and return it to Erindra to prevent Kuflara from awakening. Oh, damn, what a quest. Bro, what a quest! Look at that. What a quest. Dude, what a quest! That's not worth a sub. I don't know what is. If that's not worth a sub, I don't know what is. What a quest, dude. What an opening quest. What a side quest that is. Instarate, thank you for the 10 gift subs. That's a wheel spin. Let's do it now just in case you get something good. Is that legible, by the way, on the stream? I can't see the stream. Hang on, I'll do the one thing I hate doing the most, which is open the stream and look at it. Oh yeah, that's readable. Okay, great. I look like absolute dog shit today. Should have worn a cap.
Hey bro, you can do that. You know you can just put one out.
Done. Done. We get a sub for the cap. Okay, what did you get? An encounter. Well, that's happening as soon as you get in the water. There's no way it's happening in here. There's no way it's happening in here. Arindra would just destroy it. Or, what if... What are we at? 72? If we can get 8 subs before the end of this song, 30 seconds to get 8 subs. That's... $30 seconds to get 8 subs. And Arindra will join you in the combat. Otherwise, the encounter happens the moment you jump in the sea. 12 seconds. That's 7. That's 7. I see it, you did. I see it. You did it in time. I saw it come up. It just didn't ding on the screen. I'll allow it. Suddenly, Arindra snaps their head, looking towards the entranceway, and says, "Oh dear. They're back." Something darkens the doorway. But what is it? I need to figure out what a fair encounter is here, because it's a random encounter. But what is it? Oh man, as if... Oh, it would be cool if my fucking internet would work, wouldn't it? What's happening here? Is it the website? Oh, here's a word I've never said in my life. How do you say this word? Until you have to say it out loud. I've been reading it all week. Sahuagin. Sahuagin. How do you say it? You know a word that you have only read in your head until now? Two. Sahuagin appear in the doorway. Fish men. Giant bulbous fish heads. These sort of tendrils and fin-like appendages that run down their back. These large clawed arms with these thin long legs with huge webbed feet at the bottom. Teeth filled with razor sharp, or mouth filled with razor sharp teeth, and eyes sitting slightly too far apart on the side of these twisted heads. Darken the doorway. Each one holding a spear in their hands. One turns to the other and says, The other one says back, the two of them poke their heads in the doorway, waiting for them. I don't have a thing for this, so here we go with Theatre of the Mind. Is Lyri and Arindra. So. Roll me. You know what? I don't even have a turn order for it. I guess I could do this. Right.
Hello, Brad.
Hello.
I would like you to buy a World of Warcraft subscription with this money. If you say no, you might as well dress in black and white horizontal strips with a little Zorro mask on while holding a sack with a $sign on it.
Absolutely not. I've just beaten a Realm Reborn. I've just beaten a Realm. How do you have money? Why do you have so much money? This guy. You have to do it? No, I don't. I ain't gonna do it at all. I'm gonna do some other shit with it. I'm gonna do whatever I want with it. I'm gonna buy a burger with it. I'm gonna buy a burger with that. I'm gonna buy a mount in Heaven's Ward. I need a flying mount. This guy's got way too much money, by the way. I can't get any sleep. Up all night on TikTok. Oh man, I can't afford rent. Buying burgers on a credit card. I'll buy a burger with that. All right, did you roll? Roll D20. What's your initiative? This fucking idiot, dude. +2. +2. I wonder if I can do this. No, I cannot. Hypocrite. Mage. And then you guys roll an 11. Going first is Arindra. There is a moment as these creatures rush in. Lyri pulling the rapier out and preparing to defend the room when a huge cold blast of air rushes out from Arindra's hands. The air freezes. This room suddenly drops in huge amounts of temperature, and the doorway freezes over as well as she deals 8d8 cold damage. 38 damage to these guys. They are frozen in ice. These two Sahuagin are just kind of frozen. That's the end of combat. Congratulations. You win. You do get the XP. So. It's 100 XP. Bringing you up to 823 XP in total. The power of pay to win.
I'm banning him. That's what you get for your 15 bucks. I've just realized that's going to fucking ruin him for Deathless later on. You know what? Fuck you. How about that? I've done it again. He's not going to be able to speak in Table Story again. Unban Orcish? Yes? No. Choice is yours. The choice is yours. Oh, dude. Orcish trapped in ice. Frozen. Trapped in the Phantom Zone. When he throws that thing in Superman. And then they fly away, but it turns over. No! Trapped in the Phantom Zone forever. Trapped there by a chat. Alright, not unbanning him. Comes in here, ruins D&D. Thinks I'm gonna buy World of Warcraft. Subscription price UK $9.99. £10 in USD. $12. He gave me 15. What an idiot. What an idiot, dude. This guy's dumb as shit. This guy's dumb as all hell, dude. This guy's an idiot. Excuse me, sir. This is an unban request. Excuse me, sir. Is this what we can expect when we give you our hard-earned money? Yes. Is it? My father died, and you joked. I did. My mother died, and you quipped. I did. You forced me to buy a game because people donated, and you wouldn't do the same. I will be speaking to my uncle, the Twitch CEO, about this. Denied. Send denied decision. This guy just comes in and says PewDiePie every time. Denied. Let's carry on playing D&D in peace without him, shall we? Let's carry on playing D&D in peace without him. Guys, we're having a nice time. Quest accepted. Gearing up. Lyri prepares, putting the amulet on, wrapping their stuff in the satchel, making it as airtight as possible, tightening all of their clothing and armor, and preparing to dive underwater. Erindra kind of nods towards the frozen Sahuagin. Sahuagin? Sahuagin. Sahuagin. Can't say it, it's too hard in my English tongue. And says, perhaps you can deal with them on your way out. Lyri hefts up one Sahuagin ice fish stick on one shoulder, hefts up the other on the other, takes them out and yeets them into the sea. They begin to sink down under the water. Erindra says, once you dive into the water, I won't be able to help you any further. You're on your own until you retrieve the pearl and bring it back. I think you're more than capable. But good luck. I'll see you soon. I'll make some more tea for when you come back. She heads back inside.
This is a companionless quest. Standing at the edge of the water. What does Lyri do? We get a temporary buff. It was bundled in with the Deus Ex role. Yeah, you get the ability to breathe underwater. I was just going to leave it up to you. Alright, Assassin's Creed Leap of Faith into the water. We've equipped the seashell. The witch is watching everything on the coast. Snotflap is fine. You can see him. He's like a dog. He's running around chasing a butterfly, you know. He's chasing his own tail. He doesn't even have one. He's having a great time. Lyri throws the yo-yo to him and says, "Be right back." I mean, the only option you've given me here is leap into the water and commence quest. So, those are your options. Would you like to commence the quest or simply Assassin's Creed Leap of Faith into the water? I see where your hearts are. Guys, remember you can spin the wheel today for big loot. In a big brain effort to stay ahead of my tax payment, today is the day that I need to be making money on, so that when the Twitch payout for today comes in, it's January. And then in January, I actually have money to pay my tax. It's genius. It's genius shit. We still have one spin. Oh, really? What was the encounter? That was for 70? I've left the thing is I can't track it because I just left the bar on this number. You think we can get it to hit 100? What if I'll give you 2 spins for 100? We had another 10 for the witch. Oh yes. Okay, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. Just before you do an Assassin's Creed leap. Big loot, baby. Here we go. Where's my loot table? The big loot table. Remember, on 1 you get nothing, but on 100 you get a full level up. 88. That's going to be good. I'm telling you now, that's going to be really good. I don't even know what that is. Guys, what the fuck is the Rod of Resurrection? The higher the number, the better the loot, kinda. It's pretty... What the hell is the Rod of Resurrection? This rod has 5 charges. While you hold it, you can use an action to cast one of the following spells from it. Heal or Resurrection. Expends 1 charge for heal or expends 5 for resurrection. The rod regains 1 expended charge daily at dawn. If the rod is reduced to 0 charges, roll a d20. On a 1, the rod disappears in a burst of radiance. My dick. It's my dick. Everyone type my dick in chat. This is sick. Can I drag this onto the character sheet? Yes. Does it do what I want it to do? No. So it can do heal. What the hell is heal? Fucking 6th level spell. Choose a creature that you can see within range. A surge of positive energy washes through the creature, causing it to regain 70 hit points. This spell also ends blindness, deafness, and any disease affecting the target. This spell has no effect on constructs or undead. Dang! Fuck! Or you can cast how do you spell resurrection? Resurrection is for those who didn't get it right the first time. Resurrection. A 7th level spell. You touch a dead creature that has been dead for no more than a century, that didn't die of old age, and that isn't undead. If its soul is free and willing, the target returns to life with all its hit points. This spell neutralizes any poisons and cures normal diseases afflicting the creature when it died. It doesn't, however, remove magical diseases, curses, and like. If such effects aren't removed prior to casting the spell, they affect the target and return to life. It closes all mortal wounds and restores any missing body parts coming back from the dead. Fuck, dude. This fucking item is insane. Requires attunement by a cleric, druid, or paladin. You got to get a class change. You've got to get a paladin. Wait. You have a paladin waiting for you somewhere. Like the cloak. Yeah, but the cloak is not powerful like this. This one definitely needs the attunement. It's giving you level 6 and 7 spells. Lancelot can equip this. Lancelot is a paladin. You know what? Lancelot has the Rod of Resurrection on him. I'm going to make this a painful choice for you. Keep Snotflap, keep Lancelot when the time comes. Lancelot armed with the Rod of Resurrection. I still have my anime artwork for Lancelot. I have everything set up for Lancelot, but it's just not in Roll20 and it kills me. A spell wind blows through the area. Lyri looks up at the sky, looks down into the deep ocean, the water crashing against Tidefall. Tidefall's a great name. That's the name of my next campaign. And an Assassin's Creed leap dives up. An eagle or a dolphin jumps up behind. A dolphin noise. As they leap into the air, splashing into the water, a perfect dive, diving down into the water. And in that moment, away on the other side of Tidefall, we see Arindra the witch kind of look over their shoulder as they look back towards where Snotflap is. Snotflap with the yo-yo tries to figure out what it is, has no idea what a yo-yo is, and just starts eating it. This yo-yo, by the way, is a Viper yo-yo from 2001. Starts eating the yo-yo. I don't know what you thought was going to happen by throwing this yo-yo at him. The spell wind blows, and from behind Snotflap, there's a voice that says, "Pardon me." And Snotflap immediately, "Ah!
Shit! You scared the fuck out of me. Who the fuck are you?"
My name is Lancelot. I wonder if perhaps you can help me. I'm looking for a cat and a child.
A cat and a child? Well, I'll tell you this. If I seen a cat and a child, I'd eat them. I'd eat them right up. Delicious.
Well, I suppose, honestly, in this situation, that wouldn't be too bad. Well, perhaps you might help me find a witch.
Oh, yeah, there's a witch nearby. There's one over there. Look.
Lancelot glances up. Gleaming armor, looking resplendent. Long black hair, kind of red tinge to the outside of his irises as he looks over at Tidefall. Arindra gives him the same kind of look that she gave Lyri. Well, that's going to be a bit of a swim then, isn't it? What might be your name? Thank you for the assistance.
You can call me Snotflap, last living remaining Snotflap of all the Flap family. I just ate my brother. You see bits of him up on the hill there.
Yes, of course. Well, I suppose you wouldn't mind, perhaps I can offer you something to look after my armor. He starts doffing the armor, is that what it's called? Taking bits of it off and placing it down, this gleaming armor. Snotflap looking at it.
Yeah, I'll look after it for you in exchange for something shiny.
Lancelot says, well, I only have my sword and this, it's a sort of a magical staff. I think it's quite useful for keeping people alive, but I'm afraid they mean quite a lot to me. And oh, actually, I do have this. He pulls out a single gold coin with the sort of minted with King Artorius' form of Camelot. How about this? It should be worth quite a lot.
Yeah, that'll do.
Snotflap snatches it, sits down on the gleaming armor.
Ain't no one getting near this armor under my watch. You'll see about that, Lampsalap.
It's Lancelot. Fine. Now just wearing his undergarments, Lancelot picks up the sword, picks up the rod, dives into the water and swims over to the witch. Another companion will be available for Lyri upon completion of the current quest. The current quest is retrieve the heart of the Abyss Pearl from the sunken temple and return it to Arindra and prevent Cathlara from awakening. It needs like a fucking catchy name, doesn't it? It needs a catchy name. They always have a catchy name. Hold on. I know what it is. Because I said it earlier on. Restless Tides. Ooh. The Restless Tides Final Fantasy 16 DLC. And that's where we end today's session. Fucking... Dude. This campaign is literally better than my two main campaigns on Table Story. Don't tell anyone. Alright? It's not really, but it is fucking good. I do enjoy a crossover event. I do enjoy the random element of it. For me, this is kind of, I think it's quite good that I've run this, because the next thing that I would like to run on Table Story, I really would like it to not be like, the world is ending. There's a deadly mist around you all, filled with mystery and dread and monsters, and you're all gonna die, you know? And zombies. There's zombies. And the literal embodiment of death is chasing you, and he's a dragon. I would like the next thing I run to be Happy Rainbow Express. Not Happy Rainbow Express exactly, but I would like the world to be alive, minimum. I would like the world to have different biomes, different creatures, lots of NPCs, and just quests that they can do. Kind of Oracle's Rest, if any of you have ever seen the couple of episodes of Oracle's Rest that we've put out over the years. It's a very classic adventure with a more sandbox approach to play. I literally built that thing like an MMO, even though I'd never played an MMO in my life, but like a big open world quest adventure thing, which is what this is. And I have always been afraid of running something like that on Table Story, because I've always felt like it really needs a strong narrative and adventure hook. But this has proved that you don't. This has proved that you don't need that, and it can still be great. Shadow's giving money. 91. Okay, you get a wheel spin. Let's do it. While you've still got the option for big loot. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. He couldn't be happier right now. Shadow just fucking leaped for joy. He just jumped up out of his fucking chair, dude. 43. Wait. Was it 48? Or 43? Yeah, it was. Oh my god, you guys. Are you kidding me? This is so perfect. Lyri's longbow on their back. Jesus. Turns into a gun. Turns into a Glock. Is now a Beretta 9mm. Upgrades into an elven longbow. Now upgrades into an elven longbow. Which gives you a +1 bonus. Magic bonus 1 to attack rolls. It does 1d12 damage upon hit rather than 1d8. Now has a range, the short range of 320 feet. You'll probably never really see this, but I mean, it is now a sniper rifle if we ever did think about it. And a maximum range of 1,280 feet. Swimming down underwater, the magic runs across the back of the longbow here, transforming it, upgrading it. This longbow now, which was once sort of just a plain looking standard military looking longbow that would have been issued to Lyri some time ago, transforms. It sort of the wood lightens, but it gets this trim of like mithril, and the embellishments on it become kind of leafy and very elven in design. As the longbow gets an upgrade. All right, are we done? What do we need? 9 more subs. I did say on 100 I would spin twice. If you want to do it, now is the time. Big Loot will be gone next week. Big Loot will be gone next week. This is your last chance. This is the end of the stream. If you want to spin that wheel, I did agree to do 2 big spins on, or 2 spins on 100. Insta Rage gifted 5. So what does that mean? 3 more? No, you've gone over, haven't you? I said it would have to be on 100. Sorry. Only on 100. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Dude, imagine if I did it again. Dude, imagine. It makes me laugh so much how scared you people get as well. I know all of you are like, what? You mustn't. Lux, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Beauty Bew, thank you for the 1 gift sub to your FBI agent. FBI, whatever. Release the track. Here we go. Let's spin the wheel. I said I'd give you 2. Again, I did it with this donation before. That's an instant long rest, which does absolutely nothing. I think. No, it doesn't. You are injured. And you have used stuff. Right? Yeah. So this heals you to full. Refreshes your bullshit. And also does the same for Snot Flap. That gives you a long rest. In preparation for the Restless Tides DLC quest that you've undertaken. By the way, you haven't got to the main quest. I honestly believe, at this point, this campaign ends when you get to the main quest and activate it. When you finally make it to the Silent Miners, and you're like, we've made it. I'm looking for Ironfoot. The credits roll. You know. The beginning of the game. It's a sequel. We get there and they're all dead. Okay, second wheel spin. Let's see. One last bit of big loot. A boss battle. Oh, is that almost a boss battle? That was almost an encounter. You get an instant potion. Hold on. Potions are between 2 and 20. So if I roll 1d20, a 6. You will not believe what the potion is. I swear to God. How do I prove this to you? Yeah, lolly. You gain a potion of water breathing. A potion of water breathing. Perfect. Dude, you can't make it up. It's fucking nuts. D&D is so fucking weird, dude. Oh my God. A potion of water breathing. Gained. In the pocket. Look, if someone breaks... Now I'm going to just make it so that everything underwater wants to try and... It was going to try and break that amulet off of your neck. Oh, it's instant. That's right. It was an instant one. I'll be kind. Because you guys have been so generous to me, I'll be generous to you. You can have it. It doesn't have to be instant. You didn't really get a huge amount from the long rest. And you didn't... You won't get any effect from having it be a thing. So we can keep the potion of water breathing. You might need it one day in the future. You might have to keep it, you know. We'll add it to the potions. It's not instant. He's a benevolent god.
I am a benevolent god. Never forget, I am a benevolent god. Witness me.
Where's my shadow face?
Witness me. For I am a benevolent god.
Remember, I'm a benevolent god. Guys, I think that's a good ending point for the quest. Did I do all the wheel spins? We're not owed another one. I did them right. We are good, I think. And that brings us to the end of today's stream. Another fantastic episode. This is so legit. Like, I can't believe how every single episode of this has been legit. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means I'm a good GM. I don't know if that means this is scripted. You know when you watch shows like Critical Role and they're like, it's scripted, and then something like this happens, and you're like, there's the proof. Go and play D&D. How do you play D&D? You just need a good GM. I'm not saying like Matt Mercer level, just someone who actually fucking tries and cares, even a little bit, who's creative and isn't controlling and annoying. I love how this happens every time I open my mouth. And you just need the freedom to be able to enjoy yourself. And it will be better than any scripted show. But it's hard to believe. You know what I mean? Are you available for hire for private games? I will be soon, if this keeps up. But it's not this day because you've all been very generous. Thank you everyone for subscribing today. We managed to get the number to 100, which is insane. Thank you for the 100 subs today. Incredibly generous. I appreciate it. That's going to see me through January. The January panic might not be as bad. We'll see. I mean, clip that and we'll splice that next to me crying in January and just having just endless panic attacks. January is just panic attacks. The whole month. I hate it. But hopefully, and maybe, this will do something to offset some of those panic attacks. I'm not even kidding. You're saving a small child today, and that small child is me. So I very much appreciate it. Thank you so much. Dad, you've been very generous today as well. Here you go. This is for you. He's earned this, guys. Leave him alone. He's earned this. He's earned this.
A dud.
He's earned it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Remember, if you like D&D, we have a big D&D channel with actual D&D games with good players and not a fucking entire chat room of people screaming over each other. And you can see myself and some better GMs, Wax Steven and PB, running games throughout the week. Now, they're not all D&D, they're different systems, but tonight there's a vampire based show. Tomorrow there's a Pathfinder show. On Tuesday you can see my D&D show Cura. On Wednesday there's Tidal Blades, which is a bunch of frogs and turtles traveling around through time kinda and surfing. Thursday is main character. I won't spoil anything for main character, but the first episode of that was last week, and I highly recommend you watch it if you like anything in this genre. Go and check that one out. It was a fucking amazing opener to a new season of a show. Non-canon is on Fridays. If you want to see where Lancelot is from, he's from that show. Which is hilarious that we have a spin-off character in this campaign from a show which is a spin-off show from all of our other shows. And so we have almost a full week of content if you're interested and you want something, long form to watch, or you want something to put on while you're working. Table Story is providing you an unbelievable amount of content over there. Deathless is on in 3 hours if you want to watch that. Again, thank you so much for watching. Now, I can't run credits today because my Stream Deck broke yesterday when I had to reset my computer. So I don't know how to actually make the credits run without going into that or logging into the other thing. So, or maybe I could, let me try one thing. Maybe I can run credits if I just do, if I do it manually through this thing. Will this allow me? If this works, we'll see. Oh, he's done it. God, I'm a genius. Doing something that the most simple streamer things I just cannot do. Ever. Alright. Yeah, thanks again everyone. I appreciate everyone coming in with the subs, the bits. We're gonna be I'm not unbanning Orcish. He's not going to be able to talk during Deathless tonight. Maybe he'll actually concentrate on the game instead of just logging into WoW on one screen and talking in the chat on the other. Maybe he'll actually concentrate on what the GM is trying to do and provide as a game for him. And he won't be half-arsing it like he always does. He is going fucking crazy right now. He's going crazy because he can't. He's just a chimpanzee trapped in a cage, screaming and flinging itself at the perspex because he can't say anything to get back at me. And this is what, yeah, all he did last night, he didn't drink his fucking coffee, and all he did was be so horrible and mean to me. And I did nothing to invoke his wrath. He was so mean to me all evening. I did nothing to deserve it. And this is what we get. This is what he gets. This is his punishment. He's so angry. He's red-faced right now. He's red-faced. He just shit himself with anger. Shut up, Bew Bew. Don't defend him, Bew Bew. He's awful. He's a terrible person, trust me. That's why he's one of my closest friends and I keep him around and invite him to do stuff and talk about him all the time. Alright. Thanks again for watching. We do this every Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time, 9 a.m. Eastern. Tune in tomorrow. I'm going to be finishing... I'm going to be polishing off Silent Hill tomorrow. We should be finishing Silent Hill tomorrow. If you want to watch that, that'll start at 2 p.m. UK time, which is 9 a.m. Eastern. Then on Tuesday, I think we're just going to watch some stuff. I kind of just want a day off where we would just watch some stuff. We've got like 40 TikToks to watch. Maybe an episode of Taskmaster or something like that. And then on Wednesday, don't forget to tune in. I'm going to be playing World of Warcraft Mists of Pandaria with Orcish on Wednesday for one day only. I will not play it for any longer. So I'll see you there for that one. Again, table story tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend. And I'll see you tomorrow for Silent Hill. Or one of the other things that I said. Thanks again, everyone, for subbing. Really appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye. See ya.